Good morning, folks. Thought I'd give you a little update working on the wiring harness today, shortening it down, getting rid of the wires I don't need. And let me show you so far how this works, what's going on. Okay, so on the passenger side, this is it. Out of all that wiring that goes in that little plastic track, this is all I'm keeping. So I've taken all the tape off of it, taking out a little plastic guide. And up here is when you really, like I said, I mean this is nice and thinned down. I have a lot to work here because all of a sudden you get into this clusterfuck of wires. But I'll get that straightened out. This is where you have 4 main junctions that plug in right there at the passenger side kick panel. But I'm just focusing on this main harness right now. And it comes across, so once you get through this mess, which I'm going to clean up, and things pair off and go their different directions, well then it's not so bad. This will all be wrapped in tape. This is just zip tied right now to keep the wires tight so I don't end up big loops. But really, for a best example, let me show you something here. So this is the harness as that crosses over the left and right sides. And you can see, I mean, it's wider than a thumb. I mean, it's pretty thick. Then you hack in and you find out what wires you don't need. These are all your passenger power windows, passenger locks, passenger mirror, just all this stuff. Well, obviously you're not going to need any of that. So you go from this to this. And this is how much it thinned, easily half of unnecessary wiring. So I'm going to keep plugging along at this here, and once I get it wrapped up, or if I come across any surprises, I'll give you another update. Good afternoon, folks, and I have an update for you. It's been a good last few days. Let me show you what I've been doing. And here she is, the F100 Marquis. Okay, it is very much like what you've seen before. However, it has been on a significant weight loss program as I've been thinning down that harness. That is all the extra crap that I don't need. Those are your power windows, power locks, trunk release, power seats, you name it. So I've been thinning down this harness, and it is thinned down significantly. I don't remember if I showed you before how ginormous this thing is, but look at this. Get down to what you need, and there it is. This is just a speaker wire that I've kept out of this main harness, but there it is. So kind of same thing going across. This harness was pretty massive, but it's thinned down a lot. I really did want to thin it down some more, because I have some things up here that are your airbag sensors. I thought I'd get rid of them, not going to need them, make the harness even smaller, but then I would have to, some of the stuff goes into the junction box, and I'd also have to open up these harnesses. And I really don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, only because there is so much damn wiring and sensors on this engine that getting rid of a dozen wires is not going to make it dramatically prettier. So I'll just live with them. Again, thinned down quite a bit, as you can see here. And even this harness doesn't have to be this big, because the only thing you really need out of this side is that right rear anti-skid. The rest of it is for up your C-pillar or sail panel that goes up to the headliner, courtesy lights, overhead console, things like that. I'm going to use it, so that's why I kept it. Otherwise, you can pretty much kiss this harness goodbye, other than anti-skid, if you want to keep your anti-skid. So I have been doing mine very a process, I guess you could say. I've had a process to it, a slow one, but I've just wanted to make sure that as I went along and cut wires and pulled them out of the harness, that periodically I could go back and run it and have it run, just so I would know if I screwed anything up that I could back up. So let me show you how it's worked out. Fuel pump, lights. So happy about that. Woo. It's just nice knowing that by taking my time and being selective, not just going in there and cutting the hell out of stuff and just massacring that harness, that it's panned out. So this part is done. The wiring, it's complete. So now I can move on to way more exciting stuff, like working on that gas tank mount. I need to do that. I think I've got something in mind. So start working on that. Start working on getting that left rear shock mount repaired. I think I've got a plan for that too. So the fun stuff comes, because the wiring part sucks unless you love wiring. Are you kidding me? Hold that thought. I do apologize. It's just, it never ends. But anyway, so no, unless you're a wiring guy, no offense. I'm glad you're there doing your thing, because I can't stand it. So now I get to move on to fun things, like I said. Prepping this thing for a body, which, let me show you something. Dun dun dun! There she is, folks. I've got a pickup. I have a 1972 F350. Wait for it. Cabin chassis with some sort of homemade tow truck thing going on. But here's the thing, in all honesty. That grill will go, because I want a 67 to 69 grill. But the body is really good, and this thing has 47,666 miles on it. And I was a little skeptical of that, but it turns out this thing's got a 300 inline 6 and 456 gears and a 3-speed manual transmission. So you know this thing probably has a top speed of what, 50? It's probably just a local shop truck or something, I don't know. But I ended up going with this one. One, I picked this thing up for $600, but absolutely perfect. Doors are good. Floors are good. I think I'm probably going to replace the headliner. But joking aside, the interior is good. It's just not all hacked up. So, yeah, it's going to take some refurbing in here, but really, all I was after is a good cab and a good front clip, and I've got it. So here's the rest of this beauty. I'm so excited now to get going on this part. There she is. Here is a question for you, though. What do they call these things? Clearance lights. Keep them or get rid of them. Let me know.